Good morning, everybody. This is Amanda. It is the 29th of November 2017 and I'm sitting here. This is a continuation, I feel, of the work that we started yesterday. I put up a video yesterday which was called From Confusion to Joy, and at the end of the video I started to bring in the energy of Archangel Gabriel, and I said, oh, Gabriel wants her own video. And then about a minute later the video cut out. We actually only missed about 3 minutes of the end. And so I knew then that I needed to make this video for Gabriel's energy. And I thought I'll do it in a few days. But I've woken up this morning and the energy is just really here now. So I'm going to do it now. And I feel as though if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it at all. And what I've been told this morning is that this video is going to bring in the energy of Archangel Gabriel and the energy of Mother Mary. And I just wrote something on my Facebook page that actually the Mother Mary energy I last channeled last December. It's been that long. So she's been very patient. And of course, mothers are very patient with their children. And she is the beloved mother. You don't have to be Christian. She is a beautiful energy that is available to everybody, just as much as the archangels are. And I guess it makes complete sense that the two want to come together in this video, because of course it was Archangel Gabriel that came to Mary to tell her the news that she was going to give birth to Christ. So there is that historical link with Gabriel and with Mary. So it feels as though they're coming as a pair today. I'm going to prepare us and me a little bit by playing a piece of music now to you. It is 2 minutes long and it's the song that I woke up with today. So it feels as though, you know, some of the paintings of angels, they always show them with like a trumpet. I don't think trumpet is the right word, but you know, they've always got this musical instrument to sort of signal their arrival. And this feels like this piece of music signals the arrival of Archangel Gabriel. And I woke up this morning and I just heard the words, most high and favoured lady, which I knew came from either a carol or from a piece of classical music. And I'm not a great follower of classical music, to be honest, so I can't name bits that come to me. So I looked it up on good old Google. And of course, the words come from a piece of music called the Angel Gabriel. So I know this is, she wants to introduce her energy via this video in this way. And I'm just going to play you a piece of music that is from King's College in Cambridge. And it's very, very beautiful. So you might just want to close your eyes and listen to this and allow her energy, because I'm going to call Gabriel her through this video, because I do feel she has a very feminine energy, although we know that all angels and archangels are both male and female. I'm going to call her her. So let's just firstly spray the Gabriel energy, which I showed you yesterday. Okay, Archangel Gabriel, there she is. You can see her beautiful wings, they're very fine. And I'm going to spray that around myself, and I'm going to play the music, and I'm going to invite Gabriel into your presence and into my presence. I, Archangel Gabriel, come with greetings of great joy, just as I did 2,000 years ago, and just as I have done many times since. My greetings of joy are needed by you and by your planet now. 2,000 years ago, you welcomed the birth of Christ, an energy which sought to show you and teach you unconditional love. Now, with the arrival of Advent, we once again welcome back that beautiful energy of the Ascended Christ to be with us and to bring us peace. But this time, he wishes his energy to arrive and be rebirthed upon this planet for all, devoid of institution, structure, dogma, or hierarchy. The Ascended Christ is here now for all of you, young or old, rich or poor, wherever you are around the world. He is not separate from other beings that you already know and love. He works with all of the Ascended Masters and all of the Archangels. And as his Divine Mother, it is my duty here to rebirth him. Gabriel and I, Mary, are so intertwined this month that we speak with one voice. You will find it hard to separate us. But we understand from human perspective that it is easier if we allow that separation. But truly, the merging here right now of these two energies, of I, Mary, and of Gabriel, who is also here, is what happens all of the time in the spiritual realms. We do not see ourselves as separate from each other, you see. That is a human construct that you have created to help yourselves understand, and in particular for the mind to understand. The new teachings will come from the heart, as was always intended, and within the heart space many can dwell. At the same time, asking Archangel Mother Mary just to step back a moment, which she does. Her energy is very beautiful and is wanting to bring an awful lot of comfort, so it's actually hard for her just to take a step back. But just in allowing Gabriel just to come through on her own for one moment. And let's just see what Gabriel has to say in isolation. Gabriel is bringing in the white ray, and I see in front of me huge quantities of pure white snow that may fall in unexpected places this year and this season. A lowering of temperatures, particularly in the northern hemisphere. But not just there. Gabriel is talking about a lowering of temperature in our world that is to come in. And we are not to fear that. It is part of the Earth's, part of Gaia's natural cycle of balance and correction. But she is bringing in this message of cold and snow. But with both of these energies, purification comes also. You are to look after those in your community that may need looking after through this time. Those that are on their own, those that are old, those that are poor. Make sure that those in your community where this cold weather will come in are looked after. I'm seeing people shoveling snow from driveways for their neighbours. And I'm also seeing again that the children teach us, because when snowfall comes, children know how to have fun in it. And indeed, our inner child also knows how to have fun in it. But I'm just feeling that Gabriel is bringing through a message of some degree of hibernation that will occur, I want to say, in the coming years. It may be this season. She's not actually telling me that. But she is forewarning us of some times to come where the temperature is going to dip and cool. And some animals may be affected by this also, she says. So some animals will need to be brought inside. And she is giving us this message so that we can prepare, like a good mother does. I've got Mary coming in again. Okay, got Mary coming in. Thank you, Mary. It's my human mind that struggles with that. Because this is quite a big concept that they're wanting to bring in for us, that they are not separate. So Mary now. The coldness and the ice What are you trying to say to me? The coldness and the ice. Are to do with preservation. To preserve what will still be needed in the new age. But yet when the ice melts, some structures, materials will have decayed and rotted from the waters, the frozen waters. But that which survives will be meant to survive. And this actually is symbolic of what is needing to happen for the new earth to be rebirth, for the new earth to rebirth itself. The element of water in particular and air are going to teach us much, are going to demonstrate much. We need to be observant and to tune in to them. You cannot fight nature. You cannot fight what is to come in. You need to work with it. Why does this have to happen? Why does this have to happen? Why does this have to happen? They're not telling me. I'm going to use the water element to see if I can get the answer. Right, water. Thank you. Okay. Glaciers are going to melt. I'm also seeing the polar bear. The polar bear in trouble. They are not wanting to frighten us here. They are wanting to forewarn us of some changes that are to come to our world. What can we do? I'm hearing the words, move to higher ground. We have held off these changes upon your planet for centuries in the hope that mankind would change its ways. But yet so many are still stuck in the old and not wanting to let go of old, outworn structures, beliefs. Change has to come. And water, they're giving me the analogy of water, that as a species, as human beings, when we go to space, what we do is we look for signs of water, don't we? Is the water on Mars? Is the water on any of the planets? Because water is the signifier of life. If you have water, life will evolve. And so what is to come in via the element of water, and I am being shown glaciers melting. I am being shown a lot of snow. I'm being shown a lot of ice. Has to happen for the new life on this planet to evolve. And the easiest way to explain what I'm sensing here is what I think it was Gabriel said at the start, which is that when the ice melts, there are going to be some amazing things as well that are revealed that we have never seen before on this planet. Great places of beauty and great portals also that we do not even know exist at the moment. But in terms of the globe, the two poles are obviously needed to support the ecosystem of this great earth. So what I'm not being shown is the destruction of earth, the collapse of the ecosystem. That will not be allowed to happen. But what will be allowed to happen, I'm wanting to do this, I'm feeling a shift. I'm feeling a shift of poles, which I know others have talked about. I've never looked into in any great detail. The science behind all of this, I know. But I'm just, in my own way, tuning in here to the guides that are with me. And I'm just feeling I want to do this. But it doesn't feel like a complete flip from one extreme to another. It feels a gradual tilt. And I do feel that at one point in the past, there was a option for the poles to shift quite dramatically. But a higher power has decreed that that will be too traumatic and it will take too long to recover from for that to occur. And so instead what will happen is a more gradual shifting of the poles. That's what I'm being told. Where does man fit into this? Let's use the earth spray. Where does man fit into this? Humankind will survive. Humankind will survive. There is no threat to man's survival. However, there may be a correction of the imbalance that exists upon your earth. Overpopulation, deforestation, plundering of the seas, pollution of the air, desecration of the land cannot continue. We are on a path which, if nature does not step in to correct, we have the power at a human level to destroy this earth to the point that it becomes uninhabitable for the whole. And so what Spirit seeks to do in the gentlest way possible is to bring about some corrections to rebalance the many and varied systems on this planet. And it will be done for the highest good of every single system on this planet. Every single part of consciousness will be treated with equal value. So what the animal kingdom needs will be just as high as what the human needs. will be just as much as what the plants and vegetation need. Man has got out of control. And so there needs to be a regulation of that in the kindest and most gentle way possible. Mother Mary is coming in here now, and she is saying, do not go into fear, my child. Have I not always looked after you? And will I not always do so? We will reveal more when the time is right. This is more a message to prepare, and that does not mean stockpiling. It does not mean hoarding. It does not mean panic. It means going into the deepest place of trust and faith that you have ever done. Do you trust us to deliver a more peaceful, pure world for all, or do you not? We hope you do trust us, because we have the highest intention for all. All souls, all beings are all valued and respected and loved. And all of this is pre-written in soul contracts. There are no surprises. Mary, we still ask, what can we do at human level? Look after each other. Don't just think of your own needs, think of your neighbours. Realise too that you have been given spiritual tools and light to keep you safe. And we will say more about this when it is needed. There is much that you can do to keep yourself and your community safe. But this rebalancing that needs to happen and will happen should not surprise any of you. You are all being asked to rebalance your own lives. So why would Gaia not do the same? Gaia is a living, breathing being, just as much as you are. And so anything that needs to be corrected will be. And those that wish to carry on the journey with her can do so. But there has to be an opening of hearts. And a coming together. Just as has happened many times before in your history. And this will be so. And you will surprise yourselves and each other by the help and the generosity and the absence of self that comes in during challenging times. There will be great beauty in it. There will be great beauty in it. And I'm seeing tears in people's eyes, but they're tears of gratitude and humbleness. Regarding the behaviour of fellow mankind, a humbleness, a beauty that needs to come in to replace the arrogance and the greed. And it will be so. And it will be through the elements that it happens. The elements serve us, they don't wish to harm us. But there will be correction. I'm going to ask about moving to higher ground, because I heard that. Let's just see who wants to say something about that. Archangel Metatron wants to say something about that. This does not mean sitting on top of a mountain. Oh, thank you, Metatron. Okay. Moving to higher ground is not physical. Moving to higher ground is about being able to move to a higher state of understanding, a higher state of being, linking into higher self, so that you are able to understand the changes that are to come and why they are needed. It isn't about packing up bags and moving to a mountaintop. It is about, wherever you live in the world, being able to see things from a higher perspective, and what is to come in affects generations, hundreds and thousands of years hence. Any short-term pain is worth it for long-term gain. And we will guide you and we will steer you every step of the way. There is nothing to fear. But you have to be able to hold a higher perspective. Whilst around you, many might fall into fear. But you do not have to be one of them. You help Gaia and this correction process that is to come in by linking to your higher self at all times and seeing the bigger picture. I will help you with this. I will be with you every step of the way, he says. There is nothing to fear. Well, wow, I wasn't, to be honest, I sat down this morning and I didn't know why they even wanted to say anything. And that's completely not what I was expecting to come through. So I'm a little bit blown away by that myself. But it is what it is, okay? At the end of the day, I guess when Gabriel turned up on Mary's doorstep and said she was going to birth Christ, that was a bit of a shocker as well, okay? You know, Gabriel comes in at times with the big messages, but he came in with Mary, don't forget. And then we've got Metatron as well. We had Gabriel, Metatron and Mary together, and Christ. And with those energies on your side, there isn't anything to fear by what is to come. Your shadow may well go into fear, your ego may well go into fear, your higher self won't, your heart won't. If you actually sink into your heart and just listen back to that message from your heart, not your head, I think you'll feel the truth of it. Let's just bring the Christ energy in to end. Christ light. Let's see what the ascended Christ has to say about all this. He's saying with great love, you've had 2,000 years. You've had 2,000 years to bring in this love that I talked of. And yet we do not judge you that this has not happened by the majority on your planet. But it needs to happen. We have been patient with you. There's an inevitability of what is to come. I've often thought myself, what is it going to take to wake people up? What is it going to take to make people realize that there is more to life? What is it going to take to get people to be led by their hearts, not fear, their hearts? And the energies of trust and of faith are huge things that we all need to learn. And we will. Parting message, Christ. I am with you till the end of time. He doesn't mean by that the planet's about to explode, or that we're all about to drown. He says, I am with you till the end of time. And time is eternal. Let's just go into a prayer. So we call in Archangel Metatron. We call in the energy of Christ. We call in the energy of Mary. And we call in the energy of Gabriel. We thank you for trusting us with this message. Some would not understand, but we do, we hear. We know that you have entrusted this message to us for a reason, and that we are the ones that need to hold that higher vision and light through times to come. When they come is not for us to know, but knowing that they will at some point means we are forewarned and forearmed, and we thank you for that. And we trust and we know that you will be with us every step of the way with whatever is needed. Any instructions, any healing that we need along the way will be given to us, and we thank you for that. And we are at peace. And we send healing into Mother Earth, who has held off these changes for so long. Very much like the patient mother who waits for her children to finally get it. But yet so many of her children have not got it. And so what is to come in is for the highest good of all, for future generations, for the animals, for the plants, for the air, for the water, to restore this great planet to a place of unimaginable beauty and riches and depth. And all that is asked, we know now, is for our human fear to get out of the way and allow this process to happen, knowing that we will be safe and that you will help us with that. We honour and we thank you. Amen. Namaste. I'll be back again soon. Much love. Bye.